Hello, everyone. This is the second edition of Wheelchair Airline Travel Opinion. So we're going to go to an article published by GovTrack Insider. It doesn't state the author, but we're just going to give credit to govtrack.us. So this is what's happening in this article. It was written on January 3rd, so not long ago. Wheelchairs on Airplanes Act would bolster existing requirements that mobility devices with lithium-ion batteries be allowed on flights. So this is the story. If the Rhode Island congressman lead sponsor tries to bring both a wheelchair and some of his home state's clam chowder on a flight, he could be arrested for assault, table salt, and battery. So battery as in batteries in a wheelchair. So here's the context. When Jim Lagavin was 16 while working with a local police department as a member of the Boy Scouts, an accidental gun discharge left him paralyzed for life. Fast forward a few decades later, and Lagavin became the first quadriplegic in the House of Representatives as a Democrat from Rhode Island. So go Congressman. So earlier this year, Representative Lagavin was boarding a flight from Boston Logan Airport to Italy to visit American military bases in the country. He serves on both the House Armed Services and Homeland Security committees. However, I'm laughing here because you're going to hear the rest of the story here. However, the airline staff refused to let him on because his wheelchair contained lithium-ion batteries. The FAA has ruled that they're safe for flights. But airline staff misunderstood the rule and refused to let the congressman on. Oh, boy. He was ultimately allowed to board after one of Representative Lagavin's staff members fetched a wheelchair without lithium-ion batteries from the congressman's nearby home. Talk about crazies. All right, so there's a bill here. What this bill does, the Wheelchairs on Airplanes Act would essentially codify the FAA's current rule explicitly allowing lithium-ion batteries on flights by mandating that no airline could institute a rule on the subject any more restrictive than the FAA's. The acronym Wheelchairs stands for Working to Help Ensure Equity for Lithium-Ion Powered Chairs. Let's get more ridiculous here. It was introduced in the House on November 17th as H.R. 9342 by Representative Jim Lagavin. Okay, what supporters say? Supporters argue the bill would give more teeth to an existing federal public policy, which would help the disabled while simultaneously maintaining safety standards. If in the past year alone, I've been wrongfully denied boarding on multiple occasions because of the lithium-ion batteries that power my wheelchair, despite presenting documentation that my wheelchair meets all applicable safety standards as determined by the FAA. Republican Laughlin said in testimony to the House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee's Subcommittee on Aviation. He has to go testify. My experiences are not unique or even rare. In fact, in 2018 alone, passengers in the United States filed more than 36,000 disability-related complaints with airlines. Representative Lagman continued, I think that we can all agree that this is a status quo is unacceptable and that the air travelers with disabilities should not face these kind of barriers when they fly. I agree. GovTrack Insider was unable to locate any explicit statements of opposition. Even spokesperson for the airline company, which initially denied Representative Lagavulin boarding, told the Washington Post, "We apologize for the error made due to the misinterpretation of the technical guidelines." Odds of passage. The bill has not yet attracted any co-sponsors. It awaits a potential vote in the House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee. Because the 117th Congress has recessed until January 3rd, 2023, when the 118th Congress will commence. This bill will not pass this term, but it may be reintroduced once the 118th Congress starts. So that's where this bill is at. I don't know. They keep on making bills on top of bills. We don't need more bills. We need some action. We need these airplanes to be rewired and redone from the inside so that we can buckle down and screw in our wheelchairs and be done with it. Yes, our batteries are not an issue, and the airlines think they are, and they need to go back to school, to airline school. And I think they all need, some education and understanding of, how power wheelchairs are made. Manual wheelchairs don't have this issue with the batteries, but, power wheelchairs are not bombs. They're safe. They're up to date with all the regulations. The companies are making, good products, safe products. And what we really need, instead of a bill on top of a bill, we can't continue to write bills for the armrest or for the batteries or for the seats or for the wideness or the types of wheels. People, you listen up. We just need to get on the airplane and not have to throw our power wheelchairs inside the belly of the plane. That is like on top of our Christmas list. So I want to say to the representative here, Jim Lagavulin, to please, yes, I hope your bill goes through, but also try to see if you can get, permission for us to buckle down our power wheelchairs in the plane and not have to throw them in the belly of the plane and have the wheelchair damaged. So, we got to get to some kind of agreement, and for Buttigieg to also jump on this and make sure that the airlines and all their airplanes just get redone so we can bring our wheelchairs in the plane instead of getting it thrown in the belly of the plane and being destroyed. So let's turn these bills in a different direction. Let us talk to or reach Buttigieg, Pete Buttigieg, and see if we can get this, all these little bills that we're trying to pass, we just need one big whopping permission from Pete Buttigieg for airlines to have to adapt their airplanes, and this is what I've said before, to go ahead and adapt their airplanes, every one of them. I don't care if it's a jet or if it's a jumbo jet, but to be able for us to bring our wheelchairs in, strap them in, screw them in, I don't know, buckle them in, whatever you want to call it, and for us to be able to remain in our chairs and fly like everyone else. So Pete Buttigieg, you have your